Welcome, everyone. One of the best ways to prepare for the IELTS speaking test is to see it in action. That's exactly what we're doing today with this complete mock test from Spinta. As you listen, think about what the candidate does well and where they could improve. Afterwards, we'll compare notes with a full performance breakdown. Let's begin.
Good morning, my name is James. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Good morning, my name is Maria Lopez. You can call me Maria Faulas. Sorry, can I say my family name? It is Lopez.
Thank you, Maria. Where are you from?
I am from a small city near the sea. Actually, I live in a small town when I was child, and then my family moved to the city, so now I live in a neighborhood of big city. I think it's okay, because job is closer here.
I see. Right. Now in this first part, one would like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about home. Do you live in a house or an apartment?
I live in an apartment on the 3rd floor. It is not very big, but it is comfortable. The living room is small and my kitchen is small too. But I like it because it is easy to clean and I am lazy person sometimes. The building have lift but often is broken, so I use stairs.
How long have you lived there?
I have been lived here for 5 years. I have lived here for 5 years. When I moved here, I was studying, and now I am working, so it is same place for study and work period. It has changed a little, neighborhood become more noisy.
What do you like about your home?
What I like most is the light, because we have big windows and the sun come in the morning. Also the neighbors are friendly, and sometimes we share food. For example, last year one neighbor, she cooked a big meal and gave to me because I was sick. That was very good, and I feel supported.
Right. What about your family? Who do you live with?
I live with my husband and our little dog. My parents live in another town. My sister, she have 3 children, so she is busy all the time. Sorry, I said wrong thing. My sister has 3 children. They are small and very noisy, but she is happy.
How often do you see your parents?
I see them about twice a month. Sometimes we go to visit for weekend, and sometimes they come here. Because they live far, it's not very easy to meet often, but we call each other every week. They are old, and I worry about them, so I try to be help when I can.
Now let's talk about work or study. Are you working or studying at the moment?
I am working now. I work in a small company that sell clothes online. My job is manage customer service and social media. I like to talk with customer and fix their problem, but sometimes the work is stressful when many orders arrive. I start work at 9 and finish 6, but sometimes I stay later if we have big campaign.
Why did you choose that job?
I choose because I like fashion and I studied marketing a little. Also the job was nearby and pay was okay for start. When I was student, I do some internship in similar company, so it was natural to accept the position. I feel more confident now than before, because I learn many things about online selling.
How long have you worked there?
I have worked there for almost 3 years. Time passed so quick. At first I am nervous, but now I know the system. I have been through promotion, and I am responsible for small team of 2 people. It is not big, but I like to lead and help them.
Okay. Tell me about your hobbies. What do you do in your free time?
In my free time, I like to read and walk with my dog. Reading is my favorite because it helped me to forget stress. I am really enjoy to reading, especially mystery novels and, romantic little stories sometimes. I probably read 2 or 3 books per month. Also, I try to go to gym twice a week, but often I miss, because I am tired.
What do you enjoy most about reading?
The imagination. When I read, I can go to other world and forget my problems. Sometimes a book teach me new idea about life and make me think. For example, last month I read a book about travel, and after that, I decide to plan a trip to mountains next year. It gives me motivation.
Right. Do you prefer indoor hobbies or outdoor activities?
I prefer indoor hobbies, but I like outdoor too. Maybe because I feel safe at home and I have comfortable things there. But when weather is good, I enjoy picnic or walk in park with my husband. Compared to when I was student, I go out less now because of job and responsibilities.
Okay. Now about daily routine. What is a typical day for you?
I usually wake up at 7, make coffee and prepare for work. I take my dog for short walk, and then I go to office. At work I reply emails, check orders, and plan posts on social media. Lunch is quick, maybe 30 minutes. After work I cook dinner, and sometimes I take online course. At night I read before sleeping. Weekend is different. I relax more and meet friends.
How has your routine changed over time?
Before I have more free time when I was student, I study in mornings and work in afternoons sometimes. Now routine is more fixed and I have less time. Also I am sleep less because of work stress, but I try to manage with exercise. Maybe in future I want more flexible job to travel and spend time with family.
Finally, in this part, what are your plans for the future?
My plan is to improve my English and maybe study at part-time for marketing master. Also we want to save money and buy a small house outside the city near nature. I would like to travel more to other countries, learn new cultures. It is big plan, but I think step by step is possible.
Right, thank you. Let's move on to part 2. Here is a topic card. I will give you 1 minute to prepare, and you will have to talk for 1 to 2 minutes. Your topic is, describe a memorable trip you took. Please say where you went, who you went with, what you did, and explain why it was memorable. You have 1 minute to prepare.
Okay, sorry, 1 minute is fine. I will start soon.
Please begin when you are ready.
I want to talk about a trip to the mountains I took 2 years ago. I went with my husband and our friend, and we stayed in a small cabin near a lake. We do many things like hiking, fishing, and cooking together. The weather was cold but sunny, and the views were very beautiful. Big trees and clear water. One day we woke early and climbed to a hill to see sunrise. It was very peaceful, and I feel something calm in my heart. We also meet local people who show us a small festival of food and music. They were friendly, and we dance a little. The trip was memorable because it was first time I feel I can disconnect from internet and work problems. I remember one moment when my husband he make a small fire, and we sit near and talk about future. It was simple but important. Also I got a photo of the lake with morning mist and the picture is still my favorite. After the trip, I feel more close to my husband and I decide to plan more nature trips. I think that trip changed me a little because I start to value quiet and simple things in life more than shopping or online things. Is that enough?
Interesting. Why did you choose to go with your husband and friend?
We choose them because they like outdoor too and we trust each other. Also friend he is good in cooking and fixing things so is helpful in cabin. My husband and I want to relax without many people, so small group was better. The friend also bring camera and took many photos which was nice.
How did that trip change how you spend your free time now?
After that trip I start to go to parks more and plan weekend trips to nature. I often prefer quiet place than busy city. I also try to reduce time on social media. It was hard, but I feel better with less screen time. The trip also inspired me to take more photographs and learn small photography tips from friend.
Thank you. Let's move on to part 3. Now I will ask some questions related to travel and leisure. Do you think travel is important for people?
Yes, I think travel is important because it open your mind to different culture, and it teach tolerance. When you travel you see other ways to live, and that is good to understand people. For me, travel also helped to rest and change routine. Maybe some people prefer to stay home, but travel give experience and memories that stay for long time.
How has tourism changed in your country in recent years?
Tourism changed a lot, there is more international visitors and more hotels. Also, technology make booking easy, and many people use apps to plan. This have positive effect for local economy, but sometimes it bring problems like pollution and crowd in small towns. Some places become only for tourists and lose their original culture. I think is important to find balance and promote sustainable tourism.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of package tours compared with traveling independently?
Package tours are easy and comfortable because everything is organized, transport and hotels and meals. For beginner travelers this is very helpful. But disadvantage is less freedom, and you see places in hurry with many people. Independent travel give more flexibility and may be cheaper. You can stay longer in one place and meet locals. But independent can be stressful if you don't know language or transport. For me, I prefer mix, some part organized and some free time.
Do you think people will travel more or less in the future?
I think people will travel more because incomes increase, and technology make it easy. But also environmental concerns can reduce travels. Some people will choose local holidays. In my opinion, there will be more short trips and more awareness about impact, so some will travel less by plane and more by train. It depends of policy and cost too.
How can local communities benefit from tourism?
Local communities can benefit with jobs, more money for shops and restaurants, and promotion of local crafts. When tourists buy local products, it helps artisans. Also, tourism can fund conservation projects, but it needs good management to ensure profits go to community and not only big companies.
Right. What problems can tourism cause for local people?
Problems like noise, higher prices, and loss of traditional life. In some villages, houses become holiday rentals, and locals cannot afford to live there. There is also waste and damage to nature spots. Cultural exploitation is issue when traditions become show for tourists, not real life. It is sad when original lifestyle disappear.
Interesting. Do you think travel helps young people more than older people?
I think travel help all ages, but benefits differ. Young people maybe learn more about independence and language, while older people enjoy culture and relax. Older people sometimes have less energy for long trips, but they have money and time to travel slowly. So both can gain different things from travel.
How important is travel in building international understanding?
Travel is very important, because meeting people from other countries reduce stereotypes and fear. When you share meal and talk about daily life, you understand similarities. Schools and exchange programs also help, but tourism in general can encourage empathy and reduce prejudice if people are open.
Do you think virtual travel experiences can replace real travel?
Virtual experiences are useful and sometimes accessible, but I don't think they can replace real travel. The smell, taste, and human contact are missing. Virtual can show places but not emotion of being there. Maybe for people who cannot travel they are good, but they are not same as real experience.
Okay. How should governments balance tourism growth and environmental protection?
Government should make rules like limit number of visitors, create protected areas, and invest in waste management. They can promote ecotourism and educate tourists. Also, taxes on tourism can be used to maintain sites. It is not easy, but planning and community involvement is necessary to make balance.
Right, finally, do you think people travel for different reasons now than in past?
Yes, reasons change. In past, travel was for trade, migration and exploration. Now many travel for leisure and experience. Technology and cheaper flights make leisure travel common. Also, social media create new motivations to visit famous places for photos. But some still travel for education and work like before.
Okay. That is the end of the speaking test. Thank you very much. Do you have any final question?
No, thank you. It was good practice. Sorry if I make many mistakes.
I see. Thank you, Maria. That is all for today.
The candidate demonstrated Band 5 level performance. Notable grammatical errors included saying I have been lived here for 5 years when it should be I have lived here for 5 years, saying I live in a small town when the correct form is I lived in a small town or I live in a small town, and saying my sister she have 3 brother instead of my sister has 3 children. These errors occurred frequently across the test, appearing in several answers, and they often required listeners to interpret the intended meaning, but did not completely block communication. Fluency showed frequent hesitations, pauses, and self-corrections, such as, I am really enjoy to reading and then restarting, and I mean how to say, which slowed the flow and made some sentences incomplete. Vocabulary was limited, and sometimes imprecise. The candidate repeatedly used very good instead of more specific terms, and said words like comfortable and nice in many places, rather than varied expressions. Grammar weaknesses were systematic in basic areas. Subject-verb agreement, article use, and verb forms were inconsistent, though the candidate could produce some longer sentences and link ideas. These factors together justify a Band 5 because the candidate can communicate meaning and give extended responses but with frequent basic errors, limited range of vocabulary, and noticeable hesitation that reduce clarity. What prevented a higher score were the regular grammatical mistakes. For example, I live in a small town, and my sister, she have 3 brother, the limited lexical range, and the fluency problems that interrupted coherence. Strengths included willingness to speak at length, use of personal examples, and some ability to organize answers into beginning, middle, and end, and overall intelligibility despite errors. To reach the next band level, the candidate needs more accurate grammar in basic structures, wider vocabulary to avoid repetition, and practice to smooth hesitations and self-corrections. Thank you for practicing with this IELTS speaking mock test. Visit Spinta for more comprehensive mock tests and personalized feedback to boost your IELTS score.